What's up, guys? D-Rock1992 here. For this next video and for my next movie review, this is a movie review that's been a long time coming, but finally I have time. I'm sitting down. I'm actually doing this review. Back in January, I went to see a 2016 film. It's the fourth straight year, I believe, that I have watched a movie in January. I've watched a December movie in January of the following year. I did it with Anchorman 2. I saw it was a December release in 2013, and I went to see it in 2014. I did it with Night at the Museum 3. I did it with Concussion. And now I did it with the newest Star Wars film, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, or simply Rogue One. So that's the movie I'm talking about for this review. Rogue One serves the purpose of being the first Star Wars anthology film in the series. Before that, we had the original trilogy, Star Wars Episodes 4, 5, and 6. Then we have the prequel trilogy, Episodes 1, 2, and 3. And a couple of years ago, we had Episode 7, The Force Awakens. We'll be getting Episodes 8 and 9. 8 comes out this year, 9 comes out in 2019. But then, when Star Wars was bought by Disney, Disney had the idea of putting out these anthology films. They're separate from the actual trilogy, the actual Star Wars universe. They're separate from the major movies, which are the original trilogy, the prequels, and these newer movies. We'll be getting, we have Rogue One. We're getting a new Han Solo movie. We're getting an ObiWan Kenobi solo film. I believe we're getting one of those. So, the Star Wars universe, very much alive these days. And Rogue One was the first of the anthology films. So, Rogue One takes place before Star Wars Episode 4. And it's where this team of rebels, led by Jyn Erso, played by Felicity Jones. I believe her name's Jyn Erso. Yeah. She has to go with a team of rebels, and they have to steal the plans to the Death Star, the creation by the evil Empire, to be used for world domination, for domination of the planet of everywhere, you know, a lot of different places. So this Jyn Erso leads the team, has to try to steal the plans to the Death Star so that the rebels can fight a war, can destroy the Death Star, and defeat the Empire, the evil Empire. So that's basically what the plot of the movie is. Essentially, we see a lot of different things happen, and then the Death Star plans. We see a lot of things happen before the team tries to steal the Death Star plans. So we have Felicity Jones, who is the main actress in this movie. And she does a good job in the film. I have to say, I really enjoyed her performance. She did a good job as Jyn Erso. And it was impressive to see. Also, the bad guy is played by a guy named Ben Mendelsohn, who does a good job in the film. He plays Orson Krennic, who is the major bad guy in this film. Diego Luna plays Cassian Andor, who is he teams up with Jyn Erso to try to steal the plans. Donnie Yen, Chinese actor, I believe, plays Chirrut Îmwe, who is another guy who is involved in the plans for the Death Star. to steal the Death Star. Mads Mikkelsen, who's probably best known in my eyes for playing Le Chiffre in Casino Royale. He plays Galen Erso, who serves a very important purpose. He's Jin's father. Serves a very important purpose in the film. Actually is very crucial to the film. Alan Tudyk plays K2SO, who's kind of the substitute for C3PO, I mean. Kind of the substitute in this movie for that. And then Forrest Whitaker plays Saw Gerrera, who is a very important character in the film itself. I wasn't extremely impressed by his performance. He's one of those actors that I've seen a couple of his movies, and I'm just not exactly impressed by his acting style, by his acting in general. I saw him in Good Morning Vietnam, and Forrest Whitaker was okay, nothing memorable. Of course, Good Morning Vietnam, a little off topic, but Good Morning Vietnam's known for Robin Williams. I mean, he's the star of that film. Also, Forrest Whitaker in Taken 3, which came out a couple years ago. I did not like him in that movie. In this movie, his character's voice is kind of annoying, and I just didn't find myself really liking his acting style. And this is Forrest Whitaker's an Academy Award winning actor too. I've never been a big fan of him. But one of the big surprises, one of the big points of this film is that we have Darth Vader. Darth Vader comes back. James Earl Jones comes back to voice Darth Vader. And he's in 2 scenes, Darth Vader is. And they're important scenes. They're pretty crucial. And there's a scene at the end which involves Darth Vader, and it sets up Episode 4. So this is what Star Wars Rogue One does so well. It sets us up for Episode 4. It's a great prequel to Episode 4. You know, it does a good job as its own solo movie. The characters you're invested in what the characters are trying to do. You're invested in the characters. You're invested in the story. The battle scenes are quite good. All in all, I think Star Wars Rogue One was an excellent film. Was it better than Episode 7? No. It's not better than the original trilogy. It's not as good as Episode 7, but it's a good movie in its own right. It's better than any of the prequels. The prequels I'm iffy on the prequels a little bit. But definitely this Rogue One movie is better than any of the prequel films. So, I'm going to give Rogue One, I'm going to give Rogue One, the first anthology film in the Star Wars universe, a 4 out of 5 stars for a very good review. So, I really enjoyed it. I saw it in theaters with a few friends of mine, and they thought the movie was okay. I probably walked out of the theater liking it more than they did, but hey, it was a good film to see. It was a good investment, you know. Well, it was worth the $8 or something like that, $10 that I spent to go see it. So it was worth it, and I'm very excited. It gets me really pumped for Episode 8. And as I've mentioned before, Episode 8 is my most anticipated film of 2017. I cannot wait for that movie. And watching Rogue One really got me more pumped for Episode 8, for sure. So, that is it for this video on this movie review on Rogue One. D-Rock 1992, out.